Hello, everybody. It's Kathleen from Crafting Time. We are going to have some fun tonight. We are going to be using some recyclable items that will be kind of fun to use, I think. Finally got my paint brushes I've been waiting for. Woohoo! So we're taking this, it's a large ribbon. Let me put these up so you can see. And I thought, oh, what a cute possible way we can use this with some just good old fashioned fun. So what I did is I took my small scissors. These are just little kid scissors, guys. I use a lot of kid scissors. They give you just that little bit of snip. And I went around and I snipped about an inch all the way around. Okay? So as you can see, they are all trimmed down all the way around. You see, if I tip it down, you can see it better. All right. So now that we got it, and you're only doing the one side, we're going to leave this as the brim. All right. So now we're going to be very careful, and we're going to pop it off. Now, you might like to use your scissors. I'm not cutting. I'm opening up my scissors wide, like so. And I'm going to slide it in here because I don't want to rip it. And I'm just going to kind of like pry it off. I don't want it to rip too much. It's going to rip some, but hey, we can handle this. You're going to need some hot glue. And if you think you can do it with your hand, once you get it started, sometimes it's okay. Now, see, I am not getting it down to where I need it. It's peeling right off. This is a very old. I'm just going to peel it, and then I'll just poke out that part. Oh, I never had this one happen like this before, but you know, this is what happens when you do things live. All right, and I'm just going to peel it off. Look, and I still have this. Uh, so now I don't think I really wanted this part to peel off. So we're just going to rip it off because we won't need this part, obviously, now that we did that, right? All right. So now you have, see, a nice cover. It has a little bit of plastic, or mine does anyway. Um, this is going to become our cover for our dear little hat. And I'm just going to make sure it all can come down and around, like so. Now we're not going to make it tight, but we are going to make it snug. That would be a good word. All right, let me plug in the hot glue. Stuff here. I'm just trying to put some stuff away today and got carried away and did something else and nothing got done. It's terrible. All right. So while that's warming up, let me grab my other ribbon here. And I was thinking, well, it's probably, we're going to glue this first. We got to figure out what to put around this that will be very nice to keep it where we can, slide it on and slide it off. Now this is recycling, guys. Look, we're going to have a container here. We're going to make it like a Santa hat, or not quite a Santa hat. We can use that to fill up that hole. That's the one that we were using the other day. Or maybe if we want a smaller one, oh, that one has a dent in it. Let's see. What do I have that could maybe pop that? That certainly didn't work. A little dent there. That would probably be cuter than a big bowl. To make it a snowball. We'll see. I want it to look nice. Okay, so we're going to glue these around to each of its corners and try to keep it as uniform as we can. So if you're going under, over, this should go under, this should come over. Under, over, under, over. You see what I'm saying? We're going to go all the way around that way so it's easy to glue those little tips underneath um, these little folds. So I want it to go, when I turn it, it can be ready to go, and I think I got it. This is always one that's going to be wrong. This one needs a little bigger slot. I just take my scissors and I put it just a bit so it can fold nicely over its edge. Now to start this, I had to take, let's see, do I have another shadow? Um, Let me pull this off where I can show you what I did. We can put it back on. So this is the same kind of setup, just a smaller one. And I took this and I made snips all the way around, like so, about an inch apart. I always go by my thumbnail. That's kind of a good way to kind of judge it. And just put my thumbnail there and just go around. Now, I'm not worried if it's exact. This one has a little lip. And then I took and I bent them down, each one, to make sure that it curved the corner. That's how I started. And I thought this is going to just be so, we're going to just do this one as well. Because if I screw up on my big one, I want to screw up on the small one. Now these can make really fun gifts, guys. A cute little gift. Now again, I'm going around and I'm putting making sure it all goes around nicely. Because, we're going to glue it before it stays. Nice little top hat, huh? And it's going to go just like so. So we'll use a small ball here for here. We'll pop that out somehow. All right, let's see if I can get this one to pop. See, now this one popped a little bit easier so far. And then it stopped. Oh, I don't want that. All right, then you fix your ring. I'm going to set these to a side for right now. Let's see if they fit inside each other. Okay. Now, hot glue should be about ready. Hot glue right on my thumbnail now. And then we're going to paint these black. And then on the top, hoping, first we got to make sure we have enough to go around each one of these. So we're going to go like so, and I'm going to cut it off a little bit ahead of each other. You're going to need two of them because you're going to want the inside. So one's going to go on the inside, pretty side out. You're going to go like that, especially if you're making it for a gift. Now the inside you don't need as much as you do for the like you would the outside. You have that little extra, and I made it a little bit bigger. So we're just sliding this in like so. All right. Now we got to fix that. I got to cut it down to size. I got it way oversized. And then this will fit right around here. Now we don't have to worry about that little top edge. And again, I gave myself some extra just in case I have to cut off the end a little bit or whatever. But just to show you how, and then this is going to become our top. But that will be painted and it will look very nice. All right, let's do this one as well. I'm just going to cut two of them straight around. Now this is a velvet, so it collects everything. But I like velvet. Just have to, now I'm cutting it off for I have a little extra. And then I'm going to cut one more. And probably a little bit smaller. We know the inside is going to be smaller. All right, so those are going to be for this guy. So I think this is going to be adorable. I can just picture it already. All right. But I was also thinking I have enough, definitely have enough for the small one, that I can use that for the complete top. You can cut that into a circle. And I'll show you how I do that. Excuse me. Now on the top of this one, we might have to do some piecing. And again, we're going to just do the top. So maybe two of these, and we'll here. I'll take this one. I got a little white fuzz on there. I don't know where my white fuzz is coming from, but we have it. Yeah, my little scissors don't want to cut today. All right, so that's going to be enough, I think, for the top. I'm going to cut off this wire here. We won't need that in the center. You might not have to cut this, guys. I mean, not cut it, but paint it. Maybe the edging we'll have to paint. We could put red ribbon there, guys. Let me show you. As straight as possible. Keep those. Those might be good. Or we're just gonna like put them together here. So we can cut off the second line. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to cut this round in a sec. And I'm going to cut this line off. Again, I'm going to save these. These are kind of cool. You know, they had that little wire sewed in, so it's really nice. All right. These out for a second. I don't want them to get anything on them. And since we're gonna like put them here, side by side. Oh no, why isn't that's gonna be a little bit smaller, isn't it? Should be bigger. Let me think this over. How's it going? Hello, Patricia. How are ya? Thanks for coming in. A little bit different, but hey, this is okay, I hope. Hope you're liking this, and I hope y'all can see. So, let me think this over, because I thought this would actually work. I could just glue it on, and then trim it off. See, it fits this way. So, I'm just going to glue it on. I'm going to put the rough edge of cutting on the outside. There's a nice straight edge on the inside. It's really smart. I have a little edge here, a little bit. Mod Podge. Not much. I'm going to Mod Podge this. And then we'll also probably use a little hot glue. I bought these brushes from Amazon. They're very, very small. I could have swore I ordered larger brushes, but I ordered a whole stinking lot of them because I was sure I had it right. That's a crafter for you. Believing what you see is not always what you get. Trying to make it where it's just going to stick. On the straightest side. I have to add a little hot glue underneath it. We'll see. So, it's going to be just a smidge on each side there, but I think we'll be okay otherwise. Pressing it. Just going to add some hot glue around the edge. Yes, the hot glue might show, so make it thin. Don't do a glob of hot glue if you do this. This is just one of these guys. Just one of our little cups that our ribbon was on. Dowels. Some people call them dowels. You can call them whatever you want. It won't hurt my feelings. Suppose I better do that inside a little bit. Not on the ribbon. All right, we'll cover that up. You're doing good. I'm doing okay. Kind of mad at that other page, but it's the way it is, right? I can't change the mind, obviously. All right, so now you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut this round. Following my nicely. Cutting it round. Now it's not going to be completely round because that one side here has a little dip, but you'll be okay. You hope you're following, subscribe to my channel here. Gosh, guys, I've been on Facebook for so long, I get messed up when I come on to YouTube. And I'm going to be on YouTube for quite a while, unless they do the same as what Facebook has done to me. Cut it just nice and neat. It's a little here. My brim to be nice and round here. Little pieces at a time to get it as round as possible. And a little hot glue got there, but look, but that will be okay. And that's going to be like right there. Now we could put a red ribbon. We'll glue this down. Again, this is also velvet. And I buy by the 25 yards averagely is what I buy. And this will go like right to the rim, all the way around. And then we might have to trim it off on the bottom. No big deal. All right. So now we're going to glue our things down. And we want it to be, when you glue these, you want it to be even. As close to even as you can. Will it be perfect? That could be debatable. Now you don't need a lot of glue, just like at the tip. Put it down, wipe off your glue. That's all you're going to have to do. It will form to itself because you've already have it formed. Time consuming, but hey, what craft isn't, right? Especially Kathleen's crafts. I'm wiping off that glue because I don't want it when I paint this, because I am going to paint the rest black. This part here is going to be all black. And then that red ribbon will go there. I thought I had a hair clip. My hair is in my face. Again, I'm keeping it as even as possible so it looks good. I'm really glad that my messaging is working. You shared? Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, thank you. Starting all over, guys. That one, how did I miss that one? Again, you're just wiping that off. Just like so. See how nice and even that's becoming? And it will come flatter as we pull it all together. It's straightening itself out as it goes. The side here is not all down, but we can stick. This would be a good hiding spot for candy, guys. You don't even have to tell your family. I'm not gonna. If they're watching, maybe they'll know, but I'm not gonna tell them what's in there. Wiping that off. sure my things are all down the right direction. And the more that you put them together, it forces it to come straight down. I'm just doing the tip. I'm trying anyway. We're going to paint this part, so we're not having, I'm gluing it before we paint it, because you know, once you put paint on it, you have to dry it and all that stuff. But it doesn't always stick to the hot glue don't always stick to the paint. So that's why I'm doing this first. I thought this was a clever idea. I really like it. So now I gotta get the hot glue off my fingers. Right. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Don't stop. You have to go back and re-put them down because you push it off or something. Very normal. See how nice it's coming down? I have to bend it a little bit. That's all right. Don't worry about that. Don't change directions of your thing because then it won't come level. You want it nice and level like a cover would be. And this one made it all the way around. It's not stuck yet. And just go, and if it's still warm, you'll be able to push them together a little bit more. That one's still not stuck. Always go back and check. I got so much hot glue on my fingers. Boy, it's like really stuck. I'm just going to re-glue this one because it just doesn't want to stick. You have to go back and redo it. Okay, so now you have that, and it fits on. Now it's not going to be tight covered, right? It's going to be, you want to be able to open it without people seeing, you know. And then we'll glue this ball on to the top so you can, you know, it will pick up. Now we're going to paint this one first because we want that ribbon to be I'm just checking. See, I have a little lip here, so I'm actually going to cut that lip off. Right even with the edge now. See how much easier it is to cut. It's super nice. You don't want hangover. At least not this kind of hangover. Any kind of hangover. Oh, a little bit will be okay. smoky gray. We don't want that. We want the black. And this is Craft Smart acrylic paint. I got it from Michael's. And we'll see if we like it. I'm still deciding if I like it or if I don't. And I haven't really decided. Set this over here. And let's paint this. Sure, I opened it before. I have to chalk it first. That's kind of what I thought. Is that brown chalk? That's my wax. I'll just use my direction. I have an issue here. Hold on. Got an issue, guys. My black chalk is way down here, I think. That's blue. What? Alright, this is that. Let's figure this out. See if my enamel paint will hold it better. Sorry about this, guys. I didn't know I didn't have it here. Some of this. Hopefully this will paint right on here. That's better. Cover that one spot up. And we're going to cover this with red as well, but you want this part to be black. Anything that my enamel paint seems to be working fine, so we're just going to go with that. And like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly covered because we're going to be decorating it. Covering up that white. I used a dry brush there. A fun, fun way of recycling, guys. Fun way to share. I'm not losing any money on this. I've already paid for it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you've already used. Definitely used. This one was one I was going to toss away when I decided, hey, I can make these cool hats. Sell them as recyclable crafts, right? You guys could do the same thing. Really trying to get into the spots that are like really showing. Oh, that one's not even stuck. that. On the brim of the other hat, or the bottom of the hat, we're going to have to paint that as well. So we're going to do both right now. And that way it's done and it can dry. And it does dry fairly fast. Not quite as fast as chalk paint, but I don't know where my black chalk paint went. I think I left it at the last crafting event I did. My ear. Wasn't thinking. Now I'm just going back and touching up anything that I see that's red or white or whatever colors that could possibly be. That part to be showing. And now you're going to come around and you're going to do your bottom edge where it looks nice. You can paint the inside as well. I probably will later, but right now for time, we'll just do this. Sliding my brush right over the edge. As you see, we have a cover now. The inside looks like that, but we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, we're going to let that sit. Let's take our brim. Now this part we're going to do. Now you can cover this with whatever you want. If you want to paint it, go ahead and paint it. And I'm going to go outward, I think. This is not like the best brush I would use for this. I have all my other brushes in my back room and I don't want to get up. I have a bigger brush. I don't want to be here all night either. Let's try this brush. Oh yeah, much better. Again, I'm going out from my edge here, trying to take out any of the little streaks that you get. And I'm trying to cover up the bottom just a little bit. You can, go around the edge here like so. That helps. Now this particular one has a little finish on it, so that's something you might want to think about. I am going to do that one little edge here. This would be fun to do as a great like activity for a group of ladies or men. There are men crafters out there, guys. Remember that. Not just as ladies. I'm just doing that bottom row here. And then I'm going to do this top row just in case that part shows with the ribbon. So you don't have to do the whole thing. So we're going to take the ribbon now and we're going to glue that on as soon as it's dry. Now you could easily just paint the whole thing, but I want mine to have velvet. So it's going to look like that. A little bit more here. Now go back, take out your streaks. The time to do it while it's still a little moist. Not everybody likes that word, but that's the truth of it. There we go. Now we're going to just let that dry for a second over here, and let's do the tiny one. And we're going to just kind of do it the same way here. Oh. Yeah. Give this a head start for drying. Sure that edge is nice. Now you could do the top edge here. I suppose that would look nice. I did not do it on that one. Now would be the time to do it. And then, of course, you're going to paint the bottom. Oh, it's much easier. Like so. And now we're going to let that one dry. Lots of. And let's take this one. We might as well do that as well around that edge top. Finish it off, right? We are going to cover it with black inside, so I suppose the top should look black. Let that dry. Let's go back to our little hat here. This one again. Let's do it a little different. Let's do the same thing going down. Make sure these are bent. If they're not bent, guys, it won't go around very well. Want that circle to be a circle. Make sure they're all going the same direction. It's easier to glue. Okay, I'm going to start right here. Hot glue ready. I'm a little fat. I'm liking this. Say hello if you're here. Love to know who's here. And if you're new, welcome. Welcome to Crafting Time 1982. Here we make all sorts of crafts. We have fun with just being ourselves. Not worrying about being bigger or better or best. Just be yourself. That's what's important. good to yourself. Sorry, my thumb got stuck there. Hope that's not going to affect my little thing. Get how many tabs we get going here. Bring those down just a bit more. This one's a little bit easier to bend. I don't know why. Maybe it's a different kind of cardboard. Gets under your fingernail and I can't feel a thing. Okay, so now we're going to glue this on. I think we can just use our hot glue. It'll be just fine. We're going to trim it off just like we did the first one. Wire and all. We didn't cut the wire off this time. Oh, and we're going to paint the sides just like we did the first one. As round as possible. Whatever fits the top, do that. Whatever fits the top. Sometimes we have little corners and things. Cut those little corners off as best you can and make it as round as you can. So take your little brush and again I'm going to go around the edges a little bit. Get downward. I do have my craft dryer here so that if we have to, we can dry the rest. I'll watch the rest on. That's okay, hon. I got on a little later than what I lost track of time today. Enjoy your night. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for sprinkling, for sharing. It's so appreciated. Okay, so now we have this done. Super cool. Nice. All right, and we got that one done, and we got this one done. So we're gonna just take our thing. Ooh, my water. Okay, I'm gonna scoop some of this paint back up. I didn't realize I poured that much out. Drop these in my little paint water. Okay, that part is done. All right, we'll start with this one because that one looks like it's still pretty wet. Let's just quick try this. Well, this is going to be a very fun container, guys. I'm just going to make sure this is dry. Very hot. All right, we can put away our Mod Podge now. That's done. We just needed it to hold for a second. Here, I left the whole cap off. All right. Super simple. Here we go. This is going to be glued on here and around. And we're going to need about an inch cut off. Now, I suggest you cut that as straight as possible. And then you're going to fold over just a little bit. Careful with your fingers if they're dirty. You want a nice seam. I'm going to put this right, excuse me, right at the bottom. And this is going to come and fold over and be glued like so. A line here. Starting with the end that's not glued. That high up. Or I meant folded, sorry, not glued. Follow that right around. Like a little bent rim. Sure you get it right down. Now I'm going to just put a little bit of hot glue right down this line. That fold, right on top of that fold. Hot glue off the fold. Tight and press it down. Look at that. Just that alone looks pretty cool. Right? And you have this. It's very nice. Very cute. It's a short rim. This one's a short rim. That's a wide rim. Now let's decorate it. Now we don't have that hole there, but we can cut this off. I'm going to see if I can pop that out just a bit. We're going to glue that right onto the center here. Check to see if it's right there. All right, so now let's add our little bit of ribbon. that down here at the base. Okay. And I'm going to put it on the same direction as you do your um, what you did on this here. Just stay right above that little black line. That wire go tad over above that line. That's nice, right? Nice little top hat. Now we're going to do the same kind of thing. Make sure I have enough to go completely around this one. That's one. Slide that right inside. And then we want the brim of the hat. Sure, yeah, we got plenty. This I'm going to do right. I think I'm going to do it right at the top. I think I'm going to do it down at this line edge. That would look a little bit longer, so we have need extra there. Put extra there. A little bit longer to dry there. Yeah. Now this one's going to go right on this because it's the same width. Just going to glue it right on. Like I got glue on my face. Try to get right down to the line there. Stuck. Oh, difficult to get it to maneuver the way I want it. Not exactly the way I wanted it, but it will work. I'm just gonna rebend it down. I think I put it straight. And those curves, if you can bend the curves, that'd be a good idea. A little bubble here. Make a little snip. Let it fold in and glue the other side down. Not a big snip, just a little snip. Hot glue deal. Oh, it's going to be really cute. Of course, it's going to have to be dusted and everything like that. But, then let's add a flower, poinsettia or something, whatever. I got plenty here. Small one. And small. And the green one. And I'm going to do that on the front. And I like to pull that part off. My leaf on to the back of my little flower. We plug this back on. It's not always easy the second time. Just have patience. I push it on pretty far in because I want that to stand up. Now come to your flowers here. If you're using a poinsettia, and crease your flowers. They're usually kind of a creased little flower petal. They're not like a tulip that's soft and round. They have more of a fold. Sometimes you just have to get tough and fold them. Just gives that extra little height to your flower. And then do the same thing on your leaves. Just fold it, find that little seam, just gives that little briskness. Some people like to Mod Podge the back of them once they have it creased, but I don't. I just keep it like so. And this one here, so let me crease that. Really makes a difference for your flower. And do the back row. And like I said, this is a very simple craft of recycling. Okay. So here's my back. And I'm going to put this. Those leaves look pretty big, but I'm going to put this down towards the bottom. So I'm going to cut that little nip off. Like so. I'm going to add a little hot glue right there. And I want it to go, let's see. Stick it on, and then I'm going to just take on that fold of my leaf here, down that spine, stick your finger right in it, fold it up, push it down, fold it up, push it down, fold it up, so you have that little crease. It looks nice. Now you can glue these farther back if you want. I leave mine usually out naturally like so. And a little hot glue had just hit that thing. Oh, look how stinking cute this is. Oops, gonna bring that down just a bit. Got my petal too high there. of leaf. It's super, super cute, guys. Cute little hat. Put some kisses or something in there. Super adorable. Now let's do the big one. Set that on there. This is cool. And it's not, oh, you know what? We didn't do the, we didn't do the inside. Oh, goodness sake. How did we miss that? So, now, personally, I don't think you have to do the inside, but if you want a finished look, you're going to want to. Now, I do, we painted the outside, but we didn't paint this rim of the inside. So I'm going to actually just pull this out. Edge. Think about that. So we're going to let that dry. The other one. My paint is still wet on here. I have to grab a little bit more. That's what happens when you put your stuff away. I didn't even think about this inner edge. Good thing I looked. That would have been a big screw up. So everything is covered there. Oh, I stuck my finger. All right, so you got the inside edge. Gracious me. How did I forget that? All right, so we'll let this dry for just a minute. And let's start on the brim of the hat. Now, maybe we do want a wider rim, a red going around. Maybe have that. Um, had it. I just oh, all right. Still a little wet. Let's cut that even. And I think I'm going to do the same thing. Just go right around that bottom. I am going to use the wider ribbon instead of the fine little ribbon. I think it will be just fine. And I'm going to start right here. Following my line around. I'm not going to worry about if it bubbles because we can put them flat back. Make sure the bottom is nice and flat. hard, guys, because it's ribbon, you know. It wants to go round, and this isn't quite round. Oh, we missed a spot. A couple little areas that are bubbled. Go back and trim it back, you know. Lots of bubbles to cut. Just make it work. Turn it around. Inch to inch. Fix that part. So, seal itself. Super nice, right? Now, anywhere that you have a little bit of a split here, just add a little dash, fold it, and crease it in. It's okay. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Only going to hide your candy. A little bit of glue is all you're going to need. And my cardboard is making it do that. It's actually flat, but it's the cardboard of how it's going. All right. Then you're going to take your ball. You got a big ball in this one. And that's going to go right in the center there. That one has a pretty big hole because we cut it off the other day. All recyclables, guys. All this is. And your little center hole there. Super cute little hat. I do have a bubble here. I think we're going to try to pop that one. Like so. And I think I have one right here. Just press it over. Add some glue behind it. Not perfect, guys, but you're getting the idea. And the more and more you can bend this to be flat, the smoother your edge. All right, so we got a cute little top hat going on here. Ooh, I'm liking it. All right, inside feels dry. We're going to use the shorter one. And I cut them both a little bit long. Again, pretty side out. And I'm going to just push it. It wasn't quite dry. Not at all dry. Good thing everything is black. And I'm going to just fold this up. I'm going to just add some hot glue right here. Put it back into shape. And then press it into the spot. So the inside looks nice. Has a white bottom right now, but we can find a black piece of felt to put in there as well. Just grab that. All right, grab the second one. That will go on the outside. And I like to kind of follow where I put the seam. Like it should be dry. Just gonna have issues by myself. Right there. Guys, this is just recycling. It is pretty nice. This is the easier end of it. Get that right down to the bottom. Right down to that bottom because it has a really nice rim. Notice I haven't glued the top yet. We'll get to there. And then I'm going to fold over this end. I'm going to hot glue that. Wait. Look how nice this is looking. You know, I got it so nice and snug, I might not have to glue the top. This is the small one, so we're going to use a larger ribbon. I thought I had cut. Maybe I didn't. Ribbon just rolled onto the floor. And again, I'm starting right here at the back. And I'm going to glue it around. We're making identical hats, guys. And I'm going to stay just above that little rim wire. I'm going to add just a dot of glue there, just to help keep it in place. It's a bigger hat than that little one, so I'm going to do a couple of them. Actually, no. Just cut this off a little bit past the center line. Add a little hot glue. Crease it down. This is super cute. I'll find some felt or something that we can put there. I might get some black glitter and sparkle up the bottom of that rim. That would be like so cool. Ah, why didn't I think of that? Sure here. See, that's a bit. It's different. That's okay. We can do with this. And we need. Let's see. Let's make this one out. Since it is different, you don't have to add a poinsettia. Let's add. Um, you could add that one around. Doesn't thrill me. Let's see. I have some type cleaners, some maybe red and white going around. These are already pre-twined, so I don't have to do it. Nice. I like things that are sometimes pre-done. I just have to do this part here because I don't think we're going to need 1 1/2. So I'm just going to twine these together. I'm not sure if I really like that red. That I should have did the thin one. You know, we learn by our mistakes. Not sure if I like this either. Oh, that totally covers it up. I wonder why that's on my too. Let's see. All right, we'll go for a flower. All right, poinsettia, big one. There we go. We don't have a centerpiece. We don't have a bottom. Okay. So I pre-assembled my flower. And again, as you see, these leaves are folding outward. You see? So you want to crease them. It really helps your flower. Friends, I've had these flowers for so many years. These are not new flowers. When I started crafting with poinsettia flowers, I you had to buy them by the piece. Like you'd buy 100 of these, and then you'd have to assemble them. And now you can buy them all done or all ready to go. Um, so those are all nicely folded. We're going to do the same thing. See how they come? They come flat. So when you fold them and crease them, they have more natural look. Yes. Back in the day when I started, when I ordered, and I ordered a lot of these guys, I'm at the very end of my stash. These are very nice quality. I need to spend that one as well. And the backs are kind of orangey. They're not red like the front. And then you stagger them. The hole's always in the center, of course. Poke your item through. I put my leaf on. I'm going to pop off this poker thing. You only want the back part of it. Slide that into the back. And the bigger the flower, the easier it is to slide on. Push it up nice and tight. Make sure it's way up there because you're going to cut that piece off. That little flag part here. Not quite to the bottom. And then you're going to add hot glue there just to hold it. And find a spot to put this. For some reason, I have so many hot glues all over this. Now, I like how the little one turned out. This cat, how adorable that is. I like the black. We should have done this in a smaller ribbon, and I didn't. It was my fault. I should have listened to myself, and I didn't. All right. And this pops off very nicely. So we're just going to glue it on. This is the back there, depending on how you want it. And I'm going to do one leaf going up. Over here. Don't go too high up. You want that leaf to be able to show. But look how cute this is, guys. Even though we did a double, probably shouldn't have. That was my own fault. I was being lazy. Um, in a single. Now I got hot glues all over these, so I'm going to have to melt those off, of course. But there you go. Two adorable hats made out of our little containers. Thanks so much, guys, for coming. I hope you had a great time with this. I hope you give it a good try. It's different, it's easy, and I didn't lose any real. I'm going to use them. I'm going to fill those up with little kisses or M&Ms or something. I'll put something on the bottom, of course, and something on the inside of the bottom. We forgot to put this back in. This fits so tight, so I didn't even bother gluing it. Good thing I looked. Maybe. Get in there. Let me spread it out. Now it's nice and dry. It's beautiful. And I'll find a piece of round. I'll get my black felt out. And fill in that bottom there. You can even paint the bottom. But there you go. Super adorable. Both of them look lovely. Definitely will use them I had little trinkets on it and snowflakes and all that stuff. It would be just super, super cute. But there you go, guys. I hope you had fun with this. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Have a great day. Bye bye.